Now we need to create a doorknob and the plate for the door too. Going to my front view, I'll right click and choose Create Polygon Primitives, and I'll choose a cube, and I'll click and drag a shape in this general vicinity, and then going to my perspective view, I'll give it some thickness. I'm hitting 4 on the keyboard so that I can find these elements a little easier. Hitting W, I'll move it out a bit so I can see it. Hitting F, I'll zoom in on it. And now if I were to right click and choose face and select the front face, I can scale it to get the bevel I'm looking for and the thickness. And now I'm going to go to my side view where I'm looking at that piece. And we need to establish a doorknob here. We're going to be using the curve tool which we used in CGPH 220. So I'll hold down my space bar, go to Create, and I'm going to go to Curve Tool, and I'll go to CV Curve Tool Attributes. And I'll just leave it set for 2 so I get a bit of a curve in between vertices. I'll click and start to draw what would be equivalent to maybe a quarter view. It's always better to drop more vertices than you think you're going to use because it's easier to delete them than introduce new ones. I've got the shape I want, so I'm going to hit Return to establish it. Now if I would hit W, the Move tool is nowhere in sight. It's way over to the left where the YZ axis meets in the center. So I'm going to center the pivot, modify, center pivot, and I want to move this. I'm going to hold down D on the keyboard, and if I just pull this down to about here, and now if I was to go to Surfaces and then Revolve, I'll go to the Attributes, and I can see that I want to change my settings to the Z-axis. I'll hit Z, and I'm going to select polygons. If this were going in a game environment, polygons are the only things that Unity and other game environments see, so I may as well do that. I'll set it for quads and then count. Now the default count is 200, that's fine, and I'll hit apply. Now I have a doorknob shape, so I'll center the pivot again by going to modify, center pivot. I'll move it out because now I can edit this by editing the original path. So if I wanted to be a little thicker in the back, maybe I could right click, choose vertexes, and if I move these vertices up because of the history, it'll do so. And maybe I want it to go out further in the front a bit, so I'll go ahead and I'll tweak those shapes a little as well. Now once I have what I want, I'm going to select the geometry, right click, object mode, and I'm going to delete the history, edit, delete by type history. And now it's no longer part of that curve. I'll hit delete. I'll put the doorknob into position in the side view, and I'll scale it. And now I'll go to the front view, and in the front view I'll put it where I need it over the plate. And if I was to return to my perspective view now, this is pretty much what we have with the wall and the door.